device, Victor, called One, is your newest line of technology, correct?
Not really the newest. I think it's just another manifestation, another embodiment of the same technology, actually.
So I've been describing in my own way what this device does to many practitioners who are on my mailing list. And I describe it as a device that actually can treat addiction, not only taking care of the cravings, but going back to the source of the addiction to energetically correct what the source that's led to the long-term addiction might be.
That's correct. Yeah, we've had a lot of success over the years of using our clinical system for treating all sorts of addictions. A lot of testing has been done by various different bodies, and it's been very successful. But our Elibra system has an enormous amount of versatility. And for certain clinics, like an addiction clinic, and as an example, this is a much simpler thing to use.
So this is a dedicated division of the technology addressing a specific malady.
Yeah, the training is literally 15 minutes. It's just very easy to use.
So very user-friendly device.
And the principle here is, and it is the latest embodiment of what we do. One of the great things is there are 51 different addiction programs for this already, 51.
And we'll scroll through those actually on the video so that you can see which particular addictions are currently programmed into this in terms of what this device can address.
And it can have many more programs added to it should we wish to do that.
So you're continuing to write programs in response to your practitioners and their needs for this particular technology.
Yes, I think we're dedicating this just to addictions. So anything around addictions, we would add a program as we become more aware of what's required. But 51 is a considerable amount to start with.
Right.
The device is can plug into a USB, and it runs a little tiny application. And that application, it's a cloud device. So this is the working bit that connects to a couple of wrist straps that go into here that the client will wear.
I see this says left and right.
Left and right, yeah. The client will wear those wrist straps. It has a USB connection on the back and power, etc., etc.
So on the back USB, this is the power connection.
That's it. And that's just a cable tester to make sure your cables are not broken.
The continuity.
Continuity, yes.
Okay. That's considerate to,
so the idea is then that somebody would come in to a clinic. We're talking a drug clinic here for hard drugs and all sorts of addictions. They would come in, they would have a session on this system for balancing their energy, which may last 1 or 2 hours, connected to the machine. Not necessarily the same program. There could be one program followed by another one within that period of time. And then there's also inside this is a scanner, and it's possible to assign the program that they were running to one of our wristbands. So the customer takes away a wristband or a pendant on their person, which has got the same program or another program running to their pendant 24 hours a day.
So essentially the treatment being continually reinforced once they leave the clinic.
Yeah, that's right.
And what's the efficacy of that, and how long can that external device maintain the support?
Well, so far, I mean, we've been doing this for a couple of years, or not a couple of years, 8 years or more, doing addiction treatment. And it depends what addiction it is, how fast it works, but there are the addictions on the list, as you will see, are all of the hard drugs and all of the things that are plaguing our younger population as well as our old. They're all on the list because we've had success with many of those already in the past. So Victor, could this be a game changer in the opiate addiction issue that many places are facing? There's so much interest from the medical profession in America, oddly enough, not so much in the UK, but I'm sure they'll catch on. There's a lot of interest in the medical profession in the US because it is such a problem. They're willing to try anything.
And we should just say that the Elibra, where you've been actually pioneering some of this addiction treatment, is in many practitioners, both allopathic as well as alternative healing offices all over the globe.
All over the globe, yeah.
So this is not an untested technology. No. This is something that's actually been refined to specifically address an area that the Elibra was in some way addressing prior.
Yes, I mean the Elibra is so versatile that you can focus on that type of client or this type of client or that type of client, or all of the clients. Right. But this is really just has one function.
But you've made a very user-friendly device that can treat one of the most serious issues we have on the planet right now.
Yeah, and just totally so easy to use. It's click on the icon, it logs on to our cloud server, as it were.
And so do you have a sense of, as an addict who's actually had the experience of being hooked up to this device and gone home with my pendant or my wristband, is this a permanent fix? Is this something that I need to come back every X period of time? What's the long-term prognosis using this device to treat a specific addiction?
No, it can be a complete fix.
This is quite revolutionary.
It is, and we've tried very hard to, get it to this stage where it's more user friendly.
Right.
It literally is a few minutes of tuition. Choose this formula, press this go button. That's it.
So we're actually going to address the deeper level of this particular device, the one device, and look at actually what is inside in terms of this technology. So Victor, can you enlighten us in terms of what's at the base of this technology?
Yeah, it's a really a new concept. Although we've got our Elibra system where all the formulas are created, the delivery of the formulas varies. We've already seen the water enhancer, we've seen the various different products that we have, which are embodiments of the technology. So this is an embodiment of the technology, but the delivery system is slightly different. The delivery system uses plasma tubes that we've created, which are inside the box. And these plasma tubes are created and manufactured by ourselves. And we use literally real plasma. So we're talking, Tesla, great big 50,000 volt sparks.
Wow.
In order to align the crystal matrix within the compound that we use. And there's other bits in there as well, obviously. But the essential thing is, the plasma changes the substrate of the crystal matrix into being more able to bridge into the biofield of the body. So we are plasma beings.
Right,
really.
And so essentially, is this plasma hosting consciousness in its bridging abilities?
I don't think. Well, maybe I don't have the answer to that. But what it does do is it changes the crystal matrix that we build, and it aligns it. It's a bit like in the olden days, from my studio engineering background, we used to have these 24-track tapes, and the tapes are made of chromium dioxide, just a tape, like the old-fashioned cassette tape, only bigger, and there'll be lots of tracks on there. But when you put music on it, the track will be aligned, so all the particles, the chromium dioxide particles, will be aligned in the tape. And that's effectively how you store
that sound.
You carry the electrical pulse,
right?
And when you play it back, it reads it. So it's kind of like that. I use it as an analogy because we have a crystal matrix sort of substrate in there, like the tape, and when you infuse it with incredibly high voltage, then it changes the crystal compound into something else, which is actually bridges more easily into the plasma biofield of the body.
Interesting. So essentially, it's aligning the information.
It aligns the crystal It aligns the crystal substrate to connect better with the physical body.
Wow. Great. We're really looking at, I think, a technology from the future here, but we are this future, so we have the possibility now.
Well, we see ourselves as a research company, really, And I think we're rediscovering stuff, and we can't really say we've invented it.
No.
We're rediscovering all these possibilities.
You must be really, really excited by this rediscovery.
I have a lot of gratitude, and also for the support from my team.
Yeah.
We're just mind-boggled sometimes about the things that can be done as we get to understand it all.
Great. And this product will be widely available at what point?
Well, it's becoming widely available as it's going through production. So these are in production.
So,
there's an unlimited resource there to make these things.
Great. So we'll also provide a link. So if you're a clinic or you're a practitioner who's interested in this technology, we'll give you a link where you can be in contact with us, with WDS, and we can get these devices into your hands quickly then.
Thank you, yes.